This space is so complicated that we're actually going to do it in 3 shots. Fortunately, I have a great director, Phil, who's behind the camera, who's coordinating the effort, so hopefully it'll make sense. And the first thing I would like to talk about are these containers. There are 2 groups of containers. The row on top are DVDs and the other rows are videotapes. Now, each videotape has 4 films on it, and there are about 500 videotapes, so we're talking about 2,000 films on tape. There's about 3,000 DVDs, all of which have been downsized to sleeve, you know, for obvious reasons. And so there's probably a collection of films here, at least 5,000. Now, these containers are extremely effective for storage because, first of all, they're very good looking. They're perfect size for both the videotape and the DVD. They come from the Container Store and they're called the shoe container, and they are actually used elsewhere for shoes. They're perfect for a pair of shoes. Great for getting away from the dust and all that. So the nice thing about these containers is you don't, when you store things, you usually have to hide them, but not here because these containers are so good looking and they're relatively inexpensive. I think they run about $6 a piece, so they're very, very nice. Now, in this part of the space, we have several things. The first is these 3-ring binders are a complete record of all the films, not only a list of the films, but also a record of when the films were watched. Also, here we have a complete collection of the magazine Films of the Golden Age, which is a real nice magazine. And every single issue ever published is here, so it's a complete collection. And here now are DVDs that have not been downsized to the sleeve, and the reason is they have multiple films on the DVD, and it's impossible to downsize. There's no way. I mean, we looked at every conceivable way to do it, but it's impossible. It can't be done. So all of these films have multiple DVDs on them. The rest of the items here are film books, more film books. There's actually a large place for most of the books, which are in another room, actually. And here in this bucket, we have a record of all the films that have been watched, which is categorized by actor and actress. When you have a collection of 5,000 movies, you need a place to watch them, and that's what these flat screens are for. This first flat screen, the large one, is strictly for DVDs. The second flat screen is for videotapes, and the third flat screen is connected to cable, so it's actually a television. Now, these cabinets were designed specifically for these flat screens. They're custom made, and considering they're custom made, they're actually rather inexpensive. They were $500 a piece, but the extraordinary thing about them is that they don't have any backs, and the reason for that is so that all the cords and cables and additional paraphernalia relating to the flat screens could be stacked inside the cabinets from behind, so there are no unsightly rat's nests and cleaning is very easy.